There are some Fortnite skins that are so rare they haven't released in over 3 years, with one of them being owned by less than 1,000 people. That would mean if you bought it, you are literally 1 in 100,000 to own this. Now that is an OG skin. We'll reveal what the most OG skin in Fortnite is, but we're gonna work our way there, starting with still a pretty OG skin to own, Sparkle Specialist. So if you played during Season 2, you probably owned Sparkle Specialist. She was one of the most popular skins back in 2018 thanks to streamers using her and getting some insane clips. You were able to get Sparkle in the Season 2 Battle Pass, which pretty much means she was actually one of the first ever Battle Pass skins, well, ever. And of course, because of this, she's never coming back. A lot of people absolutely loved her though, because Daquan used Sparkle in his early days of streaming, and I'm just getting nostalgic looking at it.
Let's go, baby!
Those old days of Fortnite, they really were special, and that's why we've got 2 skins for our next entry. Next up we have Sub-Commander and HAVOC. Okay, at this point, when a game gets popular, Twitch pretty much rushes to get an exclusive Twitch Prime Pack out for it, so of course they did the same thing with Fortnite. And while we only got 2 Prime Packs for Fortnite, the first one is considered extremely OG. This pack included the Sub-Commander and HAVOC, and if you are wearing either of these skins today, you can consider yourself insanely OG. Despite Fortnite getting popular in 2018, not a lot of people had Twitch Prime back then, and I don't think anyone expected them to vanish that quickly either. But if we rewind from 2018 to 2017, you might just remember RECON Expert. RECON Expert used to be one of the rarest skins in Fortnite history. She has only ever appeared once in the 2017 season shop and then never returned. Eventually, when OG skins kind of became a thing, RECON Expert was near the top of that list and people were begging for her to come back. Over the years, more and more OG skins returned to the item shop, making RECON Expert even more rare. The streamers who were lucky enough to get the skin propelled her to an even more OG status, but unfortunately for those who owned her, she eventually returned to the shop. And while she isn't as rare anymore, sometimes rarity doesn't change how OG a skin it is. She's still a classic. Although if we're going for more rare skins, we've got Blue Team Leader. So we've had a Twitch Prime pack, but there were only ever 2 of those things. And then you look at the PlayStation Plus packs, and there have been so many of them over the years that you wouldn't really think any OG stuff came out of them. Well, it turns out there's actually one out there, the first ever PS Plus skin, and of course I'm referring to Blue Team Leader, who a lot of OG people own. Because a lot of people were playing on PlayStation at the time Fortnite was popular, a huge amount of them got this skin. But it was only around a while, so if you are an OG, you probably own this. And then we have a skin that you all expected to be on here. Of course I'm talking about Renegade Raider. If you ask anyone what they consider an OG skin, most of them would probably tell you Renegade Raider, and honestly, it's true. Much like RECON Expert, she was only available in the season shop back in November 2017, so yeah, quite a long time ago. But the thing is, you were only able to buy her after reaching a level, so not that many people actually got this skin, and it is honestly one of the most OG skins on this list, and she will probably never come back to Fortnite. So because of all of that, Renegade Raider is considered one of the rarest and most OG skins in Fortnite's history, and people still use her for her crazy clips to this day.
Pick me up, bro! Come here! Let's go! I still stole it! Let's go!
Now on the flip side, the hype has kind of died down for her in the last few years. People used to go crazy for skins like this, but ever since Epic released Gingerbread Renegade Raider, the hype has kind of slowed down a bit. Despite that, she remains to this day an absolute OG outfit. Anyone who owns her is probably smiling at the fact that she becomes rarer and rarer every single day. Just like Absolute Zero. Okay, some of you might have heard me say this skin's name and thought, who? And that's kind of the point. This is one of the first item shop skins we're talking about, and the reason it's considered so OG is because it hasn't returned in over 800 days. I have no idea why Epic abandoned Absolute Zero, but they just haven't brought him back yet. And despite him being so rare, a ton of streamers still use him, but nowadays he's kind of collecting dust in people's lockers. It sucks, but it's usually what happens to a lot of OG skins. Things get pretty fun though when we talk about Rust Lord. Okay, Rust Lord is just an absolutely iconic skin. This guy was in the Season 3 Battle Pass and was super sought after because he was a reference to Guardians of the Galaxy. But that isn't the reason why he's so loved. Because he was tier 23 of the Battle Pass, a lot of noobs got their hands on him, and some would consider him the very first noob skin in history. Well, at least in Fortnite, but if you look at it that way, he's about as OG as it gets. I mean, if you look back at older Fortnite videos, a lot of people use the Rust Lord to show a noob or someone who was pretty much a bot at Fortnite. In fact, he was the face of the Take the L meme that that we still see to this day. And it wasn't just noobs who used them though, just watch a ninja take a crack at him.
Bro, these guys are clueless.
I wish it was 2018 again, but we gotta move on to Rogue Agent. Okay, Rogue Agent was actually pretty newbie when he first came out because he was the first ever starter pack skin. A lot of noobs picked this guy up for like $5. Except the thing is with noobs is that a lot of them got better. So as time moved on, the noobs who got this guy basically became clicks and he's become pretty rare now. Rogue Agent is considered pretty OG in 2021, so a lot of you can actually look in your lockers and be happy that you got another OG skin in your collection. Something a lot of people don't have though is Galaxy. The first ever exclusive device skin was our man Galaxy. He is by far one of the most expensive skins in Fortnite history because the phone that came with him was worth up to $1,000 when you had to buy it. Very few people got their hands on this. In fact, he started a worldwide frenzy. People were going into phone stores and actually logging into their accounts on the demo units in a desperate attempt to get the skin. Although Epic caught onto it and they ended up removing the skin from their accounts, so this thing is still insanely OG. Of course, we come back to Ninja though, who had a blast with the skin.
Oh, it's right first.
But from Samsung to PlayStation, we have Royale Bomber. While Galaxy was the first exclusive device skin, Royale Bomber was the first console exclusive skin and only came with Fortnite exclusive PS4s. Eventually, you could just buy his code with the controllers, but he is still a very rare and OG skin that you really can't get anymore. But if you want to talk about item shop outfits, then let's bring up HAVOC. There's rare exclusives and then there's rare item shop skins, and those are way less common. And that brings us to HAVOC, and this guy was literally in the shop in December 2018 and just never came back. Even if you are a huge OG, there's probably a low chance you actually have this skin, so if you do, consider yourself super lucky. I bet you don't use him though, but I don't think I've ever seen a HAVOC main in the wild. Maybe one day he'll return though. I feel like because we're making this video and saying that he is the longest skin that hasn't returned, that Epic is probably just gonna drop the skin because that's kind of my luck. Maybe one day, but next up we have the Blue Squire or the Royale Knight. Both Blue Squire and Royale Knight were literally the first ever Battle Pass skins. Back in Season 2, you were able to get them in the first Battle Pass, and back then, not many people bought it. Both of these guys are considered extremely sweaty today, and some people are shelling out thousands to get their hands on them. I would never recommend buying an account though, even if it's for an OG skin, but let's move from medieval to space with the Astronaut set. In the second ever Battle Pass, they included a lot of space-themed items to fit the theme of the season. Specifically, I'm talking about Mission Specialist, Moonwalker, and Dark Voyager. Not a ton of people were grinding the Battle Pass in Season 3, so to have all three of these skins, you'd have to be a real OG. Especially Dark Voyager, he's definitely up there in the ranks of OG-ness, and that brings us to the OG Skull Trooper. Okay, it's not an OG video if we didn't mention Skull Trooper. And no, not the awful re-release, the original Skull Trooper. I could tell you the whole story of this guy, but we already know it, so I'll sum it up. Basically, he was so OG at the time that Epic made a whole purple variant just to not make the original owners angry once he was re-released. That is how OG he was, and that doesn't really happen much in Fortnite. One of the most famous people to main Skull Trooper was, of course, Myth.
You guys want to see the best RPG snipe of all time?
So yeah, if you see a purple Skull Trooper running around, they are as OG as it gets, but actually not quite as OG as Elite Agent. Okay, maybe it's not as OG as Skull Trooper, but Elite Agent is literally one of the most sought after Battle Pass skins in Fortnite history. She was tier 87 in the Season 3 Battle Pass, so only people who absolutely grinded got her. In 2021, she is considered one of the most competitive skins out there right now, but unlike a lot of Battle Pass skins that become noob skins, Elite Agent is literally one of the sweatiest outfits out there right now, and she's never coming back, so how's that for OG? But it's no OG video without mentioning Aerial Assault Trooper. Aerial Assault Trooper was a legit Chapter 1 Season 1 skin, and that automatically makes him hard to get. But because he was in the Season Shop, it means he's also never coming back, which kind of makes him even more rare. If you have Aerial in your locker right now, congratulations, my friend, you really are an OG player. But who am I kidding? Of course, we have to talk about the Reaper. The Reaper skin is probably one of the most iconic Fortnite outfits of all time. He was of course tier 100 for season 3, which made him become the first ever sweat skin. Like Rust Lord, the Reaper became insanely popular and the Fortnite community had a field day with the memes.
Nope.
Of course, he's known as the OG John Wick skin, and a ton of Fortnite YouTubers like C-Day constantly made jokes like Jonathan. He was just a really iconic skin, and that's why owning him today makes an OG classic. But let's finish off with the last 3, starting with TRAILBLAZER. While the first Twitch Prime pack was rare, so was the second one. Even though TRAILBLAZER isn't as sought after as Sub Commander or HAVOC, she is still really OG. People noticed that the first Twitch pack had gone really quickly, so they rushed to get the second one, and then we just never got a pack again. I don't know why we haven't gotten a Twitch Prime pack since, but maybe one day we'll get a third one. However, someone probably more rare than any skin on this entire list is Black Knight. Black Knight is one of the rarest skins in all of Fortnite and definitely the most OG. As he was part of the first battle pass, he was already rare, but to add icing onto the cake, Black Knight was the final item in the pass. He is extremely hard to find in Fortnite now and is simply never gonna return. And now we have the most iconic OG skin ever made. Let's finish off with number 1, the OG Ghoul Trooper. Ghoul Trooper is the most famous OG and rare skin ever released in Fortnite. We have Renegade Raider and Black Knight and Skull Trooper, but Ghoul Trooper was always way more sought after than those guys. Because of the huge demand and craze over her, she returned for Fortnite Mares one year, and like Skull Trooper, OG owners got the pink variant. So now, the pink Ghoul Trooper is considered the extremely rare outfit instead. Funny how things turn out, but this has been Tommy. Thanks so much for watching Top 5 Gaming, and click on screen right now to check out our next video.